Hi guys, thanks for watching. So tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about what it was like to find out that my son Phoenix has autism, is autistic. He's on the spectrum. Just a little preface, this has been a long weekend, so I apologize. Normally I look a little more put together than this, but you know what? This is real life. This is mom life. This is how I'm going to look tonight because it's been a long weekend. We had my husband's 40th birthday. I have had some health issues, and today Phoenix has kind of been in meltdown mode all day. And normally I know why and can kind of figure out why, but today I didn't know what it was and I couldn't fix it. I think he was maybe just tired, so I don't know. It's just been one of those weekends. So this video I want to talk a little bit about what it was like finding out that he was on the spectrum, that he had, autism spectrum disorder. So, I'd like to preface the video like I do with every other video. I am not a medical professional. If you are looking for medical treatments, diagnosis, if you need medical help, please seek a medical professional, pediatrician, a therapist, anybody. I'm just here to offer support. I'm here to offer guidance. I'm here to show you our journey, and what we've been through and are going through. So I'm in no way a medical professional. I had an issue with this week with somebody, and I said in every video I say I'm not a medical professional. So please, if you guys have questions in medical way, please go talk to a professional. I am here simply for support, to bring this community, a little bit closer together, because sometimes it can be lonely being the parent of a child with autism or any disability, really. So that's what we're here for. We're here to show you our journey, and we're here to, be support for you guys. So with that being said, when I found out that, Phoenix they thought he was on the spectrum, it wasn't a huge shock to me. I had been thinking that for a while. Sorry, my hair is, everywhere. But I was pregnant, and someone in our close group had sent me a message about their child close to them, going through a much more difficult, I would say, process, but similar, and how happy I was going to be once we got the right therapist, and we saw him come out of his shell a little bit. And I was pregnant, I was hormonal, I broke down crying at work when I got the message, because I was like, I don't have it in me to imagine that life. I thought it's going to be such a hard life for my son. It's going to be so difficult, and I was just devastated. And you know what, guys? It's okay. It's okay to be devastated. It's okay to mourn the loss of the life that you thought your child was going to have. What's not okay is to ignore the diagnosis and pretend like everything's fine. That's not okay. It's not okay to mourn the loss and crawl into a hole and do nothing about it. Those are things that are not okay. But it is absolutely okay to mourn the loss of the life that you thought your child was going to have. I did. I had to do that to move forward. It didn't change how I felt about my son in any way. It didn't change how I looked at him. He was who he was. He didn't change. It was just the realization of how much harder he was going to have to work for simple things, for speech. He's nonverbal. To be able to play with other kids. He still doesn't really. We're working on it. But he did not and does not understand how to play with other children. He doesn't know how to approach them. He can't talk, So it breaks my heart when I see him at the playground watching. He wants to play, but he just can't figure out how. So it's okay to mourn that loss. That loss of, that they're going to be able to walk up to kids and play with them, and that they're going to have things easier. And that's, I think, what I was mourning, was I knew that this is where we were going to end up. But once it was kind of in my face and I was pregnant and hormonal already, it was just it's going to be a long, hard fought journey, and I didn't know if I had it in me at that moment, and it broke my heart to think about how much harder he was going to have to work for everything. But after that kind of initial, shock, and again, it is okay to have that initial shock, that initial, your heart falls feeling. That's fine. But after that, you sort of pick yourself up and you sort of rally and you sort of go, okay, my kid hasn't changed. I don't love them any differently. What can I do to help them? How can I help them? What can I do to support them in the best way I can? So you kind of fall apart and you pick yourself up and you start building a team around you. You start finding whatever they need. He needed a speech therapist. That's what you find. They need OT. That's what you find. ABA therapy. That's what you go find. You pick yourself up, and that's what I did. Kind of pick myself up, and I go, okay, where do we go from here? His biggest delay was speech. Okay, we need to find a speech therapist. Found that. Okay, for us, ABA therapy has worked wonders. So we did that, and I talk about that in one of my videos, how it's a super long process to get in there. There's lots and lots and lots of testing. It's not like they just look at them and say, oh, yes, they need our help. It's a long process. So that's kind of what you do. You found out this and you're a little crushed and devastated, and then you pick yourself up and you say, okay, we're going to have to work harder, but we're going to do it together. We're going to do it as a family, and we're going to make this work. And you're not going to know that you're any different. We're all different. Every single one of us is different. So who cares if you're autistic? I don't care if you're autistic. I don't care if you have cerebral palsy. I don't care if you have endometriosis. I don't care what your struggle is. We're all different and we're all connected. So to me, it was like, all right, he's got autism. So what? Everybody's got something. How do we help him? How do we help him not feel so isolated and alone? Because that's what it was. He loved, mom and dad and a couple friends and a couple teachers at daycare. But it was like, how do we help him not feel so isolated and alone in this world? And that's what we did. We went out, we searched for that, found somebody to help him with speech. We got him into ABA therapy, even though it took a long time. We got him into early ed. We did all of these things. We rallied around him. And, he doesn't know that he's any different. Why should he? He's not any different. He is who he is. He is who he has always been and will always be. There is no reason for him to see himself as any different than anybody else, because we are all different. Okay? That is my feeling on it, guys. We're all different. We all have our own things going on. And slapping a label on it doesn't change who he is. It just enables me to get him the help that he needs. So that was it. I found out, kind of had a meltdown, picked myself up, got him the help he needs, and he's been growing and thriving, and he's been able to play with other children, and he's got a few words now, and my feeling on it is that he is who he has always been, and it is my responsibility and my job as his parent to come into that world. It is not my job, it is not the therapist's job, it's not anybody's job to make him come into our world. It is our job to make it easier for him to interact with this world, with the, speaking, kind of everyday things like that. But it's my job to figure out how to connect with him in whatever way works for him. It'd be great if he had speech just so that he could connect with people more easily, but if he doesn't, then he'll have pictures, he'll have sign language, he'll have, what other people have. He'll figure it out. So that's something else I really want you guys to know is don't worry about your kids so much. They're going to be great. And even on the bad days, even on the hardest of hard days, you're going to be there to help them. You're going to be there to tell them it's okay. And you're going to be there to provide a safe group of people for them. And when someone's mean to them, people are mean all the time, you're going to say, you know what, sweetie, it's nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with that person and how they were raised. So that's where I am with it. It's not my job to bring him into my world. It is my job to figure out a way to meet halfway. It's my job to figure out how to kind of go into his world, connect with him there, and using those tools, enable him to feel comfortable coming out into our world, to interact with these quote unquote normal sort of society, so that he can not feel so isolated in the world when he, goes to school or gets a job or things like that. So with that being said, you also need to find a really good support team around you, because there's going to be days when you think you can't do it anymore. You need a break. You're going to break. So you need to find a really good team. Find a friend, find a family member, find a great babysitter, find somebody that can watch your kid or kids for a few minutes, for an hour, for 2 hours. Go to a movie, take a bath, eat some chocolate, drink some wine, read a book, but so that you can get a break. Because if you break, you can't help them. You need a break before you break. All right, guys? Please, please, please find that great support system around you, because that's the other thing that we had to do, is we had to find people that could help, you know, with our son, so that on days that we needed breaks, we could take them. If you don't recharge, you can't help your kid. You can't go until you break. It doesn't do anybody any good, especially you. And I think that's something that's important too, that I had to realize. When your child is diagnosed with autism or with anything, you have to realize that you can't do it 100% of the time. Like, you have to take that time for you. And that was something that I had to just figure out. I had to learn, because I wanted to 100% of the time be there for him and go. And it doesn't work. You have to take that break. Do not be afraid to ask for help. That's what this kind of is. This is following our journey, but we're also here for support, guys. If you need some support, if it's been one of those days, just let us know. We're all figuring this out together, and that's my hope, is that, you know, maybe I can offer advice to somebody, but maybe somebody can offer advice to me that will help. I don't know. That's what I want for this group, is for you guys to follow our journey, but for us all to kind of become a little community, and for the autism community, the neurodiverse community, to be just, you know, a little bit smaller. Because whether or not we're autistic, or have sensory processing disorders, or we have anxiety, or depression, or ADHD, or any of the other thousands and thousands of things out there, we're all human beings. We all need to be loved and respected. So that's what I want for this group, guys. I think I covered everything I wanted to, but it's Sunday. It's been a long weekend. Really don't know. So I think I did. Just to recap, it's okay to mourn the loss of the life you thought your child was going to have, because it's going to be a lot harder. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be a lot harder, but it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be even better, because when they work hard for those things and they get them, they are going to be so proud of themselves in a way that makes your heart explode with pride. So it's fine. Find a group to surround you. Find some great therapists to help them. Drink a glass of wine, drink a beer, have that steak, take a bath, go to a movie, read a book, do whatever you need to do, but take a break for yourself, okay? If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you have anything you want to say, leave them in the comments. If you have anything you want to see in the future, leave them in the comments. You're always free to direct message me, to post on the wall, whatever you like. But now it's time to go bathe my child that's been having a meltdown all day, and he loves water. He loves baths, so this is going to be a great time. This is probably one of my favorite parts of the day, is doing bath time with him, because he loves it so much. So have a great night, guys. Again, please share this video. Let's, you know, get it out there. Reach as many people as we can and invite them into our little community. So thanks for watching.